For RotoExperts.com, I'm Nate Pigott with his Fantasy Football Roto Clip. Today we're going to look at Week 3 and wide receivers that you're going to want to start and wide receivers that you're going to want to sit. We're going to go to guys you're going to want to start first, and these are two guys who I think have favorable matchups. First guy I like, Jacksonville's Mike Sims Walker. Sims Walker started out the season very slow because he faced Champ Bailey in the Denver Broncos. Bailey was healthy at the time, and he made the Jacksonville offense look at different options in the passing game. Sims Walker came back the next week, caught 10 passes, 105 yards for a touchdown, and I think that success is going to carry over as they take on the Philadelphia defense this week, and Philadelphia has been allowing 248 passing yards per game. First start guy that I like, Mike Sims Walker. Second guy I like is Kevin Walter. Kevin Walter in the preseason got overshadowed by Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones has shown a lot of flash, and he's a popular sleeper, but Walter has secured his spot as the number 2 option in that Texans passing offense. And you gotta like what Walter did last week. He had a huge game, over 140 yards and a touchdown. And once again, Matt Schaub is going to lead that Texans offense, and the passing game is going to be back. And Kevin Walter is going to be frequently targeted as the Texans host interstate rival, the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's going to be a good, high offense game. You're going to like what you see out of the Texans, and you're going to like what you see out of Kevin Walter. And I can see him getting over 75 yards, and he's a definite good bet for a score. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the sit wide receivers, a couple of guys that I don't really like. These are guys who have started the season out pretty well, or maybe they've been injured, but I just don't like their matchups this week. First guy, Mario Manningham. Look at what Manningham's doing. 80 yards per game for the New York Giants. He's been great. He's been in an offense that has Hakeem Nicks and Steve Smith, but he's still been productive. Well, this week's going to be a little bit of a different story. The New York Giants take on the Tennessee Titans defense, and the Titans have been all over quarterbacks. Eli Manning's going to have to make quick decisions, and when it comes to quick decisions, his favorite target, Steve Smith. That means deep guys, big play guys like Manningham and Nicks aren't going to see as many targets this week. I think Manningham gets overshadowed by Hakeem Nicks this game, and Steve Smith is definitely the guy that's going to catch most of the passes. So you're going to want to leave Manningham on your bench, even though he's been very hot recently. Manningham, leave him on the bench, sit him. Second guy I like to sit this week is definitely Pierre Garçon. Pierre Garçon has a number of things playing against him. First of all, he hasn't been so great in the first couple weeks. Second of all, he's questionable right now with a hamstring injury. And you know what? He has a late Sunday game, which means if you're making a decision, a roster decision, you got to set your lineup by 1 o'clock. You're not going to want to put Garçon in it. There's always a chance he gets scratched, doesn't play, and then you're left with nobody left to choose from. Garçon's going to be in your starting lineup. He's hurt, doesn't play. It never works out in fantasy. So bench Garçon, but also you got to be a little bit worried about Pierre Garçon. He came into the season as probably the number 2 fantasy wide receiver on the Indianapolis Colts offense, but right now he's finding himself behind Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, and Austin Collie in the passing game for the Colts. He's probably Manning's fourth target, so you definitely don't want to go there, especially when he's hurt. So stay away from Pierre Garçon this week. Lead him on your bench. Sit him. For more start-sit videos, make sure you come back to RotoExperts.com every week. Also, Sunday morning, 11 o'clock, blogtalkradio.com/RotoRadio. Listen to the Expert's Edge with myself and Tim McCullough. We give you the last-minute fantasy NFL news, help you set your lineup. It's a great program. You're going to want to check out that, and make sure you read RotoExperts.com for all your fantasy sports advice. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Nate Pigott.